We're back. Alright, this is the somewhat highly anticipated. A few of you have been saying you wanted to see this thing again. So we're going to do an in-depth walk around of the new car. It's, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So here we go. You are looking at my brand new 2014 Chevrolet Cruze 1LT with the RS package. This is day 3 of ownership. It is in Summit White. I think it's a sharp looking little car in white. Usually I'm not a big fan of white, but I think this one looks good. It's 16-inch alloy wheels. That's part of the 1LT package. 5-spoke, little Chevy caps in the middle. Got little anodized brake rotors there. I've been reading a lot of stuff online about painting those. But we're not going to do a whole lot right away on this. We'll do a few things. We'll get into that later. But it's got the RS package. That gives you the rocker moldings along the bottom. A little different front fascia, rear fascia. It's got more like a chin spoiler type deal down here, whereas the standard one just curls under. RS package also upgrades you to the fog lights, or the driving lights. Out back, the rear fascia gives you that little half smile little thing with the chrome strip in the middle there. Also upgrades the gauges, but we'll look at those in a little bit. The 1LT package is one step above the base. A little dirt on her yet. I wiped her down a little bit ago just to clean it up a little bit, but this is the 1LT, like I mentioned. One step above the base model. That gets you the 16-inch alloy wheels. That upgrades you to the 1.4-liter turbo motor over the 1.8-liter naturally aspirated. Gets you what else is it? Body colored mirrors. Normally these would just be black. I like the white offset. I like the white and black on this thing with a little touch of red for the RS. Gives you a leather wrapped steering wheel. I think it gets you the chrome, they call it the chrome belt line under the window there. They do offer aftermarket stainless steel pieces here, but I'm going to tint in these windows, so I'm just going to keep it all black right through here. I think the LT package also includes, I think it includes the air conditioning and the cruise control. So I also gave it a quick vacuum too. So power windows, power door locks are standard. This has got the base radio, which is 6-speaker. AM, FM, MP3, CD. And these little cars are just nuts nowadays. You can see the chrome rings around the gauges. 140 mile an hour speedometer on this little tiny car. I haven't had it much above 60, to be honest with you. Got about a 6,500 RPM red line. I got temp and fuel up above. Little driver information center there. It's got kind of a woven cloth on the doors and the dash there, and in the middle of the seats. You can also get that at a no-cost option with a red weave in the black, which I was thinking about it, but I just went with a straight black interior. Looks sharp. I am eyeballing, there's a couple of companies that make carbon fiber overlays. Get rid of the silver in here. I'm not sure if I'm digging that. Just something to change it up a little bit, but that's later on. 6-speed manual gearbox. Didn't go for the automatic. These are still get a little bit better gas mileage with the manual transmission. Fords are getting better gas mileage out of the Focus with the automatics. Of course, they've only got a 5-speed manual. For the base model, you got to step up to the ST to get the 6-speed. But yeah, this thing it likes you to keep the RPM as low as possible for fuel economy. 35 miles an hour. It's wanting to be in 6th gear, keeping that RPM really low. And it's got a little spunk to it. Somebody commented about they're kind of gutless. Yeah, the 1.8s were a little bit, but the turbo motor's got the same horsepower as the naturally aspirated. It's just got about 25 more foot-pounds of torque. So, a quick shot of the back seat there. We'll go over some of those features in a little bit. fully adjustable headrests, the chrome around the vents. I also make a chrome ring around the speakers too. I may go for a set of those. They're kind of pricey though. But yeah, you got little tweeters up there, and you got door speakers down there. I don't know if I can bend around enough, but there's door speakers down on the back doors too. Optional speaker stereo upgrade gives you 9 speakers. 10 airbags in this thing. Got one here, one there. It's got knee airbags, so there's 4. We got 5 and 6, which I don't remember what those are. I don't think they come up across the windshield. I think they go across the windows. But then you've also got, it's still a little low, getting used to it. You got 7 and 8. So you got side airbags on the seats, in the front as well as the back. And I think UPS guy's here for me, so I'm going to hold this off for a sec. Alrighty, we're back. So yeah, 9 and 10 are supposedly in the back seats here. Nope, they're up above. I see them now. They're up in the C-pillars there. So yeah, 10 airbags in this thing. Little tiny car. It's got some good trunk space. It's got a nice little key fob, lock, unlock, trunk, emergency and alarm and all that. And you've got your push the button and the key flips up. So good sized trunk. I bought a few things last night at Target. So little roadside kit, little bag to keep it all nice and neat in. For your new car, let's get some new stuff. Grab another scraper snow deal. They give you this little hook to hold things, to hang things on, but it's awfully low. And you got your spare under there, just a little compact jack and all that good stuff. I'll pull it out one of these days and make sure everything works like it's supposed to. Your standard trunk release. LED third brake light. There's a light up in here, yeah, little light up in there. So, lots of room in there. Oh, the RS package, a little spoiler too. Tail lights look sharp on this thing, I like those. Fuel, press to open. Not an auto release or anything like that. It's plastic. They do make a nice billet aluminum door that goes on there. Replaces the plastic piece. Again, it's not that cheap. Thinking about it. But, I don't know, maybe a little bit too much on the weight. Passenger side rear. Unlike the Jeep, this door opens. So, just the basic cloth. I didn't do the leather. Not a big fan of leather. Little map pocket deal back in here. Also got little storage and whatnot down on each door. Doors open nice and wide, I like that. Still a small car, I'm a tall guy, so getting used to getting into it. Glove box, all my registration and everything in there. Doesn't lock though. Let's see here, let's go back around to the driver's side. Actually, let's check out under the hood, then we'll come back to the inside. Do another further interior with the fancy gizmos. So, let me get the hood opened. Alrighty, Ecotech 1.4 liter turbocharged gasoline engine. 138 horsepower. 149 or 48, I think it's 49 foot-pounds of torque. Get that spelled out. It's all nice and clean. Never had a car this clean before. I use Indexo synthetic blend oil on these things. So, little turbo. Where is it? It might be buried under there. I've driven it down the road and back, so it's a little warm in here. Not bad, but it's here's the transmission. Nice thing about this that I thought was kind of cool was, I mean, there's your motor, one of your motor mounts right down there. I don't know where the other one is in the back yet, but it's electric power steering. Such a small motor, so they don't create too much draw on it. So there's your power steering. It looks like it's buried, but actually it's pretty easy to get to. This motor sits pretty far forward on the car. There's a good shot of it there. Electric rack and pinion steering. So I don't know if you have to drop the subframe to get to it, but alternator's right down there, not too hard to get to. I haven't really dug around on this thing. Another motor mount right there. So yeah, it's direct injection. Air filter. It's probably going to go to a K&N. I may just do an element, what do they call that? The open element, little tube with the cone on the end. I may do that. Try to get a little bit more out of her. Sharp looking nose on these things. Not too keen on the bar right up that high, but yeah, I'll get used to it. Battery, fuse block, washer fluid. I was going to check that. Yeah, there's some in there. You got your coolant in your brake and clutch reservoir. I mean, actually everything's easy to get to. Now with these turbo motors, I was reading, I think it's 50,000 miles. They change the spark plugs. The non-turbo, I think you go 75 or 80,000. I was reading in the book the other day, so in the owner's manual. You got a heat sink there for, must be the computer. One of the main computers, got a lot of wiring going into it. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I haven't really dug around in this thing too much. This is the big walk around. Kind of surprised they still have hood rods. But I guess lower maintenance and probably a little bit lower weight too. Emissions controls, 1.4 liter, gasoline, Tier 2 standards, conforms to 2014. This model was built in Lordstown, Ohio. Air conditioning, keep cans clear fan. Yeah, it's got an electric fan. So what they're doing, a lot more electric accessories to minimize the draw on the motor, so you can actually put a smaller motor in with less horsepower. Let's look at the same performance. I say this thing, I haven't really stood on it yet, but went out to the brother's place yesterday and, you know, first to second, dumped the clutch with a high RPM, and I chirped the tires a little bit, so she got some spunk to her. Alrighty, let's go move on to the inside and go over some of the features. One other thing before I forget, that the RS package gives you, it upgrades you to the higher end suspension in the back, which is, they call it the Z-Link. You got a bar here that comes across and it mounts a little high, and then you got the other bar mounts just a little bit lower. Kind of a Z shape. And I don't know if that twists in the middle there. I haven't really crawled underneath this thing, but lots of heat shielding under there. I think that's the fuel tank just in front of the subframe there. They offer a sport tune suspension as well for the higher end versions. I think that just gives you different shocks and springs. This one does pretty good as it is. That nice clean exhaust. First few times I drove this, you could really smell everything burning off. They put 50 miles on it or 40 miles on it driving it up from Renton for me. Bought it in Marysville. So, alrighty, on to the interior. Alright, here we are back at the inside. I like this car. I'm liking this car. Fix that. So, yeah, let's go ahead and fire it up here real quick. Show you what the gauges and everything do here. Come on, you gotta push the clutch pedal in, get that interlink. Why are we not doing what I want it to do here? There we go. So, got all sorts of fancy stuff. Ice possible, drive with care. Does have a little temperature readout, time. A lot of people complain about this little screen being a little too pixelated, but yeah, I like it. I like it. So we got 120 miles on her so far. Third day of ownership. I've hardly driven this thing. It had 57 on it when I picked it up. So I've got a little stock over here. Let's see, hit menu button. You can change between trip and option. You can hit the little rotator dial here. US unit you can set to metric or whatnot. Tire pressure, that fluctuates quite a bit, but oil and life, battery voltage 12.2, we're not running right now. Hit menu again, it goes back to trip. That's the one I've been running off of. There's your mile per gallon average, 2.3, but I just did a short little spurt down the road and back after resetting that. So, trip 2, averaging 41 miles, 28.1 miles to the gallon, so I was getting on it a little bit, playing with it. And the blank, you got just basic speedo, fuel used since the reset, timer, I've been running that just as an hour meter basically. Navigation, which is through the OnStar, but I don't really need that, so. And then there we're back to that. We're rock and roll. It does have traction control, ABS, stability control. You can turn all that off by pressing and holding that button. Maybe in the summertime we'll give it a try, see if we can get some tire smoke off the front, huh? That's good for the warranty. Cruise control, hit the button. See the little deal on the dash comes on, it's white if it's ready to go. Set your speed, hit the down button, and that'll actually turn green. And then you can pause it or just turn it off. You can also touch the brake, it turns it off. It's got the hands-free calling thing, which is set up on the phone by the salesman, but I may have to give it a try sometime. But SRC, I don't remember what that was for. We'll have to play with that in a second. Then you got the audio controls. Radio. All your buttons and everything there, pretty much standard for all models. It's just a different screen they give for each different version. You can see the opening here, you can put a much bigger screen in. The optional is a 7-inch. Oh yeah, it's got a little cubby hole deal up top there. Air conditioning, all your climate control down here. 4-ways, those work. I haven't pushed them yet. There's your lock and unlock button. Airbag automatically senses for passenger side, depending on the weight and basically weight and positioning of the seat. So I'm gonna actually, if I put my fist down right now, there we go, got it to kick on, take my fist back off. So, and it can tell how much weight is in there as to whether the airbag should deploy or not, and things like that. So, let me turn the fan off so minimize the draw as we're sitting in here. Yeah, it's not a bad sounding stereo. Give you a quick little it's not bad. We won't go too far with this song. It's kind of explicit. That's CD. Doo-doo. You didn't hear that. La 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 la. You didn't hear that. Trying to keep the channel cleaner. But, yeah, decent sound little stereo. Kind of cool that you don't have to go through the band every time. You can set your presets, and I think I've got that set as AM, and then a couple of FM, and an AM news band, which I don't really listen to, but I put it on anyway. So you don't have to sit there and hit the band button every time you want to go between AM and FM. There's like 6 pages that you can store presets on. I mean, you can drive this thing all over the country and never have to change the channel. It is satellite radio equipped for the time being. Got a free service for that for buying the new car. I think that's 3 months. I haven't even tried using it. I'm okay with either CD or regular radio. I usually listen to AM a lot of the time. Let's see, we've got a little armrest here. My little towel so I can, wipe everything down and keep that piano black nice and clean. So yeah, we're looking good, right? A couple of CDs in there. You got auxiliary ports. That's your like a 3.5mm jack. You got a USB port there. Supposedly you can just plug a little flash drive into that with music on it. So I need to look into, see if I can find one of mine and just load it up with a whole bunch of songs. And then it's just like having a little music player. Just leave it in the car all the time. Apparently this, yeah, there we go. It does slide forward too. I've just been leaving it back. Got a power port here. Cup holders. There's also a power port on the back of the center console there. But yeah, nice little car. Nice little car. And you can go through and hit configurator, and you can set your languages and date, time, and radio settings, and phone settings, and vehicle settings, and comfort and convenience. I got no chime volume. Back button, lighting, you can change the lighting. Vehicle locator lights, exit lighting. Alright, so how long it's going to stay on. I mean, it's all computer controlled. Power door locks. Unlock door, anti-lock out, so that won't lock the doors until the door is closed or something like that. I can't remember. Auto door unlock. How does that one work? All doors, driver door. Oh, that must be when, there we go. When you pull the parking brake on this car, it unlocks all the doors for you. Delayed door lock. You can hit the button and it takes so long so you can at least get out of the vehicle before the doors lock, but I will leave that off. Does have an alarm, factory alarm, standard. There's your little indicator deal up on the dash there. It's also your sensor for the automatic headlights. And all this stuff I'm going over, this is, like, got to remember, this is the standard model. The only thing I did was the 1LT, which gets you the big thing's the motor for the more fuel efficiency. And I mean, it's got leather wrap steering wheel and the wheels, but this electronic stuff in here is all standard on these cars. So, pretty cool. Walk out. All the windows are express up and down. No, I think express down. The driver's is express up. Hit the button once, and the whole window goes down. So my hand's free. And thing going back up. Does the same. Really cool thing about these too, Kevin had to point that out too, is with the computers and all the electronic controls, which can be scary, but I'm getting, I've never had anything like this, so I'm learning. You just key in the ignition, or in neutral. I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it. Press clutch to start. You don't have to hold the key to start the car, you just, and it keeps cranking until the motor starts. So, she's nice and quiet. I hear it a little bit. Don't hear the turbo. A little disappointed in that. I kind of want a little turbo whistle, but now we're down to 354 miles. But like I said, heat, temperature setting, your fan control, your different zones, recirculation. I was using that the other night when it was cold out, trying to keep some of the air warming up. But it's a pretty nice little car. Got, where's we showing here? Map lights. Got dome light. You can also switch it off. That turns on the one up in the middle. You hit that button, and if you open the door, it doesn't come on. Used to be only cop cars did that. Let's see. Open the door now. Yep. They call that opera lighting. Kind of cool. Does not have the lighted vanities, but you know, I hardly ever use those anyway, but it does have mirrors on both sides. So it has power mirrors. They're not heated. I would have preferred the heated mirrors, just so we get a lot of fog and a lot of moisture around here. Kind of nice so they don't fog up. But no, she's a very nice car. It's got the fog lights, like I mentioned earlier. Hit the button, that turns them on. You got the indicator on the dash there. Also get that indicator comes on because I think it turns on all the lights automatically. There's your dimmer switch for the instrument cluster. Automatic headlights, or you can run them manually. And right now, if I were to click it to the power deal, it would just shut everything off. There's your mirror adjuster. So yeah, she is a nice little car. And I think what we're going to do next, probably do a little startup. A couple clips starting this thing up, but I'll take it for a quick little drive. We've got almost noon, so I got time before work. It's Monday, so got to go back to work. Let me tell you a quick little side story here. Picked this thing up Saturday morning, brought it here, made the video for you guys just to show it off real quick, just so you can kind of see. I mean, new toy, you got to show it off, right? Turned around, drove it into work. That was the hardest day at work I've ever had, on a Saturday no less. Knowing that I had this brand new car out in the parking lot with, I think it was parked with 79 miles, and I had to work 8.5 hours. That was driving me nuts. couple of trips up to the restroom, and I'd pull the old cell phone out because I got a few pictures of the car on the cell phone. So looking at it, and at lunch I'm drooling over the brochure, just trying to. And then got off work, and I was going to go take the long way home, you know, down through the valley and up through Snohomish, and an extra 20-minute drive, but it was so foggy. So I says, nah, let's just drive it home. Don't want to run the risk of some bozo on a Friday night or Saturday night running into the car. So brought it home yesterday, went out to the brother's place because the folks were up, so that was a 20-mile jaunt out. And I mean, nice little drive. Got around a couple of the roundabouts. Handles pretty nice. I'm impressed with it so far. Very solid feeling car. But sat there all day long. One of his buddies moved up from California this weekend and is staying with Kevin for a while. So he's got a roommate now, but helped unload his travel trailer. He actually got a job as a mechanic at the dealership where I bought this car. So now I've got an in if I have problems with it. Yeah, kind of nice. Nice guy. I've met him a couple times before. But yeah, huge toolbox brought up in the trailer for his job, because mechanics have to provide their own tools around here. So, but anyway, yeah, let's go out and do a couple more quick shots I can throw into this, and for sound, because I don't even know what this thing sounds like from the outside. And then I'll take you guys for a little run around the block, maybe around the lake real quick. 12 o'clock, we should have time. Alrighty, hang on. Buckle up for safety. If I got 9.5 airbags. Switchblade key. One thing I forgot to mention, the steering wheel also tilts and telescopes manually, not electric. But alrighty. Reverse is to the left of first gear, so there's a little ring underneath the knob itself. You got to lift up to get over. It took me a couple tries to figure that one out. That's the chime saying that the phone is linked up with the car. It drives really nice, as a new car should. Very, very nice car. Kitty. So I'm at 21, doing 1500 RPM. And if I go up to 23 or so, yep, 22, 23 mile an hour. Shift. So I'm in fourth gear at 23, 24 miles an hour. This thing likes to keep that, the computer is set up so to keep the motor at lower RPM. And I'm going to drive it that way. I bought it for fuel efficiency. Right now we're only getting 99 miles to the gallon as we're kind of coasting down this hill. But it really is a nice driving car. It's got a real tight chassis on it. This is a European designed, essentially, car. I think it started out as an Opel in Europe. These things are built and sold all over the world. There's like 17 factories worldwide that build these things. So it's a Holden in Australia. I think it's, I don't know if it's actually a Chevy or still an Opel. I think Opel's gone now. In Europe, it is, I know it's a Chevy in South America. I think it's still a Chevy in the China region. Motor is built for this car, at least. The motor is then built in the US of A. The transmission comes from Austria. Got a few other parts that come from Mexico, and then everything else is made around the world, shipped in. 45, there's 50, so they're not bad. And that wasn't floored. I was just goosing her a little bit. Went up to Bickford Ford a couple weeks ago, and they had their metallic black Focus sedan sitting next to a metallic black Cruze that was used. And it was neat to be able to compare them side by side. I like the Chevy better. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Chevy fan. I mean, I went into this trying to be as unbiased as possible. Go this way because it's a little twistier. But I just like the looks better. I think the Ford's got a little bit nicer interior, but I like the dashboard on the Chev. They've all got lots of buttons to push, but actually it's not bad when you look at it. Like I said, she sure is a nice little car. I'm very pleased with it. The whole experience, I was so worried about just being pressured and beat up by salesmen, and the whole experience was way better than I expected. So relaxed. What do you want? What are you looking for? Not, well, this is what I have in stock, let's see what we can do to get you into it. It was, what do you want? I told them exactly what I wanted, and they found it. And the mirrors are good size on this car too. I like that. So yeah, cruising on the flats here, 35. I want 5th gear, quick. But, oh, I remember we were talking about the road noise. The road noise. Yeah, you know, like I said, I hear the tires. Don't really notice if I hear wind too much. It's probably just more tire noise. But I'm so used to driving the old Chevy pickup, the Jeep. I mean, those things, you have lots of noise. This is an extremely quiet car to me. I think even the Cadillac might be a little noisier than this. But no, this is, I'm impressed. I'm not a new car kind of guy. I'm not going out to buy a new car every few years, but I like this. It's got more than I really want, but that's all the standard features, and they're all coming that way now. I just have to get over it and learn to embrace technology a little bit more. Alright, but look at that nice blue sky now that we got home. So sorry about that. Apparently the internal memory and the external memory were filled up on that camera. Got cut off. So there you go. There's the new car. Like as we were talking about, you know, we're just gonna take her easy. Not gonna hot rod this thing, but we'll play with it a little bit. You always gotta play with your cars a little bit. It's looking good. That's the first time I've seen it in light. Grab a couple of more pictures here. But now she's a nice little car. I don't like that they put that heavy grease dressing on these things. It's getting spots all over. I've never liked that stuff, but machine finish wheels, they look pretty sharp. I like those. And like I said, I like the white with a little red emblem on there. Give you an idea, I was talking about the RS badge. I'll put it right there. Take the LT off. So it'll be the Cruze with the RS there. I did buy a little 2 or 3 inch little shield kind of looking thing, USA with red, white, and blue. Probably gonna slap that on the back here. Also found a couple of really nice on eBay, a couple of really nice little American flag stickers. So I'll probably put them right back in the windows here. You know, things that make it stand out in the parking lot, so I can spot it amongst all the other white cars. But, well, I'm happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Hope you all enjoyed watching the video. I'm going to walk up here and get a picture from the front. Ooh, that's bright. Let's go over this side where we can get my shadow in the picture too. I guess the sun's hitting it right on the nose right now, but picture time. I think it took. Can't tell. So, anyway. Like I said before, I finally did her. Finally got the new car. And I'm happy. So, thanks for watching. We'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.